Hi, welcome to Yoga with Andrea, VariYoga with Andrea and Bryan.
Yay!
Today's show is going to be done on the floor, so you can just go ahead and get ready, clear your space, and join us. You're going to lead us in the first warm-up,
That's right. We're going to sit in a different position today called Vajrasana. Vajra in Sanskrit means thunderbolt. So we're going to be sitting in thunderbolt position, but this is not going to be for everybody. So we need to use props, we may need to use modifications, and I'm going to show you a couple right now. I'm turning sideways just for demonstration. If you can, for this, you just sit on your heels. But again, everybody's not going to be able to do that. So if you have a block or a pillow or a bolster, one of the things that you can do that may make this a little more accessible is to put the block between your heels and sit on the block. That takes pressure off your knees.
Definitely.
Some of us may have issue with the front of the ankle, and so another variation to do with that. Once we get set up, we're going to do poses, but right now it's just figuring out what's right. So another thing that you can do is roll the blanket up, and when you put your ankles over it, it helps support your ankles so it's not as painful. And you may sit on your heels this way, or you can use a combination. You can use the block and the roll up. Now I'm going to turn back around. We're going to start.
We're going to start.
That's
Good.
right.
Great. Okay. Am I in the right position? So
I'm going to move a little ahead of you.
Okay.
Good. If you're sitting like this and joining us in the practice, if you need to come out of it at any point in time, remember this is your practice and let it fit what you need, because in VariYoga one size does not fit all, and the practice varies for what you need each time you come to the mat.
So we can come out of it any time?
Are you ready to come out of it? Except you. You get to stay. I know what you're ready to do.
I was going to go into Shavasana.
So soon. We're just going to move our arms with our breath at first. So take your arms out to the side, turn your palms up. Just move with the breath. Inhale, lift your arms up. And exhale, bring your arms down. Sweep your arms out and up. This brings such calm to the mind and the body. If you've had a stressful day, just reach your arms out with us. If you're just sitting in the chair, that's fine too. Just reach out. Inhale, draw the breath in as you take your arms up. And exhale, take your arms down. Now bring your hands in front of you and interlace your fingers. Turn the heels of your hands forward. Inhale, lift your arms up into a little back bend. And then exhale, take your arms forward and stretch your upper back. This feels great after a day at the office, working at the desk. Inhale, lift up, or at your computer. Exhale, round again. Take your arms forward and around between your shoulder blades. Great stretch for the upper back. Inhale, lift again. And one more time, round forward. And lift the hands up. Separate your hands. Now we're mirror image from you. Take your left hand to your right knee and your right hand behind. Twist to your right. That's an exhale. Then inhale, take both hands up.
The nice thing about this sequence is it gets the spine moving in the six directions. That we talk about in our VariYoga style. It's moving the spine in those wonderful 6 ways it can go naturally.
Inhale, lift. Take it to your left again, our right. One more time, lift and inhale. Exhale to your right. And inhale, lift up. And now to your left. Both hands up. Now we take the hands around behind us and fingertips on the floor.
So, what happens if you just lean back there? You
just
can find
enough.
it. Yep.
Not too far. If you have the range of motion, what I want you to do is lift your hips. If not, just lift your heart and you stretch the top of your chest. If you can lift your hips up, you can do so. Oh, what a great stretch for the front of your hips, your abdomen.
Thighs.
And then lower your hips back down and then come forward. We're going to move forward now. So come onto all fours. Sway your back as you inhale and lift your chin. These are some of the 6 directions of spinal movement. Exhale, round. Now come to a flat back. Turn your left hand in. Slide the right hand through as you lower your right shoulder down. Inhale, come back up and turn your right hand in. Slide the left hand through as you lower your left shoulder down. Let's come back up and turn the hands forward again. Sit back on the mat. We're going to do this through again just quickly. Interlace the fingers. Turn the heels of the hands up. Round and exhale. Good.
Nice flow.
Inhale, lift up. Twist to your right. Inhale, back up.
Do you add a side too?
Twist to your left. Let's add the side stretch too. Inhale, lift. Take your right hand to the floor and the left hand reaches over. Stretch over to your right. Inhale, lift up. Stretch to your left. Since we missed that the first time, let's do it again. Take it over to your right. And in VariYoga, even if you miss one, you can add it later. You don't have to do them all in any particular order. As long as you're moving your spine. Now bring both of your hands back as we did before. This is a great stretch for the top of the chest as you lift up your heart. You lift your hips if you're able. Hold it for a breath. Then lower your hips. Let's come forward again. Onto all fours. And then you sway your back and lift your chin. Then exhale, round your back and tuck your chin. Then come to a flat back. Turn your left hand in, slide your right hand through, and lower your right shoulder down toward the mat. Inhale, come up and turn the right hand in. Slide the left hand through, lower your left shoulder toward the mat. Come back up and sit back on your heels.
One more time.
We'll go through once more. Interlace your fingers. Heels the hands up. Round and stretch. Good. And up. Separate your hands. Go to your right. Right hand down, left hand. Not the twist, but the side stretch. We're just doing it a little differently now. Both hands up, inhale. Left hand down, right hand over.
My toes, don't you?
Inhale up. Twist to your right. Now we twist. Both hands up, inhale. Smile. Enjoy your moments in this practice. You know, I heard recently, take the hands up and then bring them back. I heard a really nice thing recently. Sometimes the smile invites the joy, and sometimes the joy invites the smile. So even if you're not feeling it, let your face show it, and that'll open up and let that joy come out of your heart and light up your face.
And now, fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. Come on forward. You sway the back and lift your chin, and exhale, round your back and tuck your chin. Flat back, turn your left hand in, slide your right hand through, and lower your right shoulder down. Come back up. Turn your right hand in, exhale, slide your left hand through to the right. Come back up, both hands forward, and sitting bones back. One more time, interlace your fingers, turn the heels of the hands up. Last time for this stretch, round forward, stretch between your shoulder blades. Hands back up, and bring your hands down to your thighs.
Wow, nice. I hope you join us on that little sequence, and you can practice it over and over at home. We're going to come to kneeling. So we've got our blankets under us, so hopefully you do have it, or you're on a carpet. We have a block. We do a little variation on a sequence called the Parighasana, or the gate sequence. We've done it before on show before, but we're just going to shorten it a little bit. And you can use your block for balance, and you step your right foot forward. So we're going to mirror you again, and just do a nice gentle lunge forward, stretching out your hips. Good. And then to move your right foot out to the side, you've got to bring your weight back over your knee and walk your foot out to the side.
Use your block anytime you need support,
yes,
moving from pose to pose.
Exactly. Bend your right elbow and place it on the top of your thigh. And then inhale, extend the left arm up. Just reach it up. Just hold it there. Nice side stretch. Breathe. Then we'll add a little flow here. So take a breath in. And as you exhale, turn and reach to your right with that left arm, reaching out through the fingertips. And then inhale, open back up again. 2 more times. And open. And again. And then sweep your arm up. And the block is right there. So we're going to take that block and bring it so it's out from underneath your shoulder. Your right leg, keep the knee bent or straighten the leg. The foot can be in a flexed or a flointed or a pointed position. We have 3 ways of holding that foot. Do what works right for your ankle and in the arch of your foot. You don't want to put any stress on there. Good. Inhale, bring your right arm up now and lengthen out from the toes all the way to the fingers. Breathe. Just going to hold this nice reach and stretch. So think about it from your right toes all the way to your right fingertips. One straight line. Soften the elbow of your supporting arm so you don't lock it. Good. Stay here with us. Keep breathing. Nice. And then swing your arm back up. And we'll bend the right knee. This is where we just shorten this sequence. We'll do the other side to place the block on the right side. And step your left foot forward. And let's slowly lower our hips towards the floor. Good. So if you just tuned in, take a moment and do this nice gate sequence with us. So yoga, sometimes think, oh, I don't have time to do yoga. Oh, I'm not flexible enough to do yoga. Oh, what's another reason people don't use yoga? You know, time, okay, do 5 minutes. Flexible, that's why you do yoga, to help your flexibility. You can always modify the poses. So walk over here, toes over.
Oh, another reason, I don't go in for those religions.
Okay, good. See, that's what we're... Okay, good. We got reasons why not to do yoga. And extend your right arm up and over.
Now, I said that just as a reminder, our yoga is not a religion.
No, not at all.
If it's a philosophy and it's spiritual, but it is not religious. It doesn't interfere with what people feel their heart's called to as far as expression of religion. You can do yoga.
Now let's reach the right arm. Lengthen. Inhale, open back up. Exhale. Fold over a little bit. And then inhale. And exhale. Good, come all the way back up again. And take your hand to your block. You can keep the left knee bent or straighten the leg. The foot can either flex, point, or floint. And then we reach that left arm up and you look up towards the ceiling. You have the balance of the block or your hand to the floor. Don't lock your elbow. One straight line from your toes to your fingers. And breathe. Yeah, nice. I love side stretches. For some reason, I've just discovered, I mean, I've done a lot of yoga, but it's like this time of my life, side stretches are wonderful. And then come back up, bring your left knee to the blanket.
Did you know that side stretches stimulate our immune system?
Oh, good.
Our lymphatic system, we have lymph nodes in our body.
Everywhere.
And then channels of lymphatic drainage are along the side body that collect the impurities and the invaders in the body.
That's why I feel so
and
good.
move the lymph toward the lymph nodes from little channels of lymphatic drainage. So these side stretches are great for our immune system.
So we got
the Kneeling Warrior series. All right. This is a relatively new VariYoga sequence. So we're going to use the block just for stability. Put it out to your left and bring your right leg forward. It's our left because we're mirror imaging you. First we do the kneeling lunge. Your heart lifts up, hands on the knee or the thigh, and you come forward a little bit, not too far, because we're going to take your arms up. Now this would be Kneeling Warrior 1. You're going to honor your shoulders in this and not turn too far or put your shoulders in a bind. At any point in time, you may take your hands back down to your thigh. Take your left hand back and your right hand forward. Reach out. This is Kneeling Warrior 2. Keep breathing. Let that smile rest on your face. Take your left hand that's behind, lower it down, and then bring both hands back up for Kneeling Warrior 1. You can keep it deep or you can come up as is right. Now take your right hand back and your left hand forward and you turn the torso, a deep twist for a kneeling revolved warrior. Pavrita Virabhadrasana. Now take that right hand, take it down past your hip and then both hands come up again. That's the kneeling warrior. And now we're going to do kneeling revolved triangle. So bring your hands down to your thigh, and if you're using a block, you can put the block in your left hand.
On the floor?
On the floor.
Okay.
Now straighten, but don't lock your right leg. And then as you are able, lift your right arm and twist. This is revolved triangle in the kneeling position. It's a great twist for the spine, for the hips. It's a good opening for the shoulder. Mind that your neck is not in a bind, that you're taking it only as far as is right for your body. And bring the hand back down and bend the front knee.
How about, from here, can we go into reverse? Warrior?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
So we're going to take the left hand. We're going to take the left hand back to the calf or the foot, and then the right hand lifts up. Some of you may want to straighten that front leg a little bit. Keep it bent if you're able. Very good. Bring that hand forward again, and then your back hand comes back around. You may use the block. Take your knee under. Now we go to the other side. Move the block to your right side. Take your left leg forward. And walk the foot out ahead of your knee. Your heart lifts up and your hips come forward. Breathe. Now from this position, we take our arms up for Kneeling Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1, in the kneeling position. You know, even these are a little bit of a fire pose.
Yeah.
Because they're stoking that energy within us that
Definitely.
burns calories and burns away our impurities.
Love
Part
it.
of our immune system. Take your right hand back and your left hand forward and you work your way into Kneeling Warrior 2. You're looking past your left hand now. Breathe. Now your right hand is behind you. Lower that hand and then join both hands as you take them up. Back into Kneeling Warrior 1. Good, and now you take your left hand back and your right hand comes forward.
Ooh, twist.
You can still look at your right hand or you can look to the side.
Stable.
Now,
it's a balance pose too.
Definitely, a kneeling balance. Now your left hand, which is behind, just bring it down and then join with the right. Come back up, back into kneeling warrior one. And bring the hands down to the top of the thigh. You can, this is just for transition. You can use the block. And now you straighten, but don't lock your left leg. Your right hand is on the block. And then your left hand comes up for revolve triangle in the kneeling position. Breathe. Reach out on your body. If you need to come out of a little bit, don't push too hard. Enjoy the stretch today. And bring the hand back down. And now we go into the lifted arm warrior variation. Now you're going to take your right hand back to the right calf or the heel. You lift up your left hand. Around.
Nice. Hope you're joining us. Our next one is my pigeon or Kapotasana flow.
Good.
So what I would do is we have our blankets folded up. I want you to open up bigger. If you have a blanket, make it a little bit bigger. So we have some. It's going to take like this, all the way like that.
Okay.
Left it though, you have still a mat for your hands and for your feet. Yes. We start this sequence in downward facing dog. At least that's how I started in VariYoga sequence. Maybe you do. That's the thing. Brian and I do these sequences, and then we add, because when you do a lot of yoga practice, a lot of asana, you learn, and then you think, oh, this one will work with this. And I think that's how they originally came up with the sun salutation and putting things together. It wasn't like some divine, like, oh, this is how you do it.
And just started learning and experiencing and learning from their experience and making wiser decisions as they went.
Yep. Okay, so come to all fours. Like I said, we take classical yoga poses and create VariYoga flows. So they work for everyone. Now this one is, you'll first start out in a downward facing dog position. Now you guys have done that with us in our series, in our classes many times. So you take your knees off the floor, move your hips towards the ceiling, and lower your heels down towards the floor. We're going to extend your right leg up in the air, way up in the air. That'll help us open the hip, and then we're going to move forward and bring our right knee to the floor, to the blanket, up by our hands, and then slide back, push back into the left leg.
I'm going to show a variation.
Oh, good. And you using a block?
I'm going to use a block.
That's good. Sometimes our hips won't get all the way to the floor. Like mine is down, and Brian will show you can use a block to rest your hip on. Yeah, good. We really should call this, instead of pigeon pose, we should call this hippopotamus.
That's a new one.
We always talk about hip openers and hippos and hippo, yes.
Hippoasana?
Hippoasana.
Yeah.
All right, so let's exhale and fold forward. We're going to get a little more bend and a little more stretch, into our hips. And just bring your elbows to the floor. Or some of you may take your arms straight out in front of you. You've done this with us before. Find your place in the pose that works best for you. We're guides to help you find that best position. The ultimate teacher is yourself. Be the master of your mat and find the joy in the process. Good, good. And then bring ourselves on an inhale, come back up. And even this flow, Brian and I make it a little different each time. So you're gonna bring that back leg, your left leg, and take your block out.
You're gonna move the block.
Use the block. And swing your left leg around, and we're gonna do a little twist here.
Oh, I love this twist.
You love this twist.
This helps to detoxify the liver, the pancreas and the spleen, helps with metabolism and digestion.
Put that foot on the outside or in the inside of your shin, whatever works best for you. You've done this with us before, and maybe you've been practicing this for a while and you feel like, oh, I can go deeper in it today. So twist, away from the television, looking over your shoulder, breathe. Love these twists. Keep breathing. Good. So now what we do is you take that hand that's wrapped around your knee, the arm, and reach down and grab your foot. Now some of you do it two different ways, right? Because you're going to keep your hand on the floor behind you. And I'm going to straighten my leg, and so is Brian. See if you can do that with us. Straighten your leg. Some of you lift your hand off the floor like I'm going to do and take it parallel, the arm parallel over the floor, or leave your hand down on the floor. Yes, variations of the pose. Beautiful. Now come back to center. Turn to center. This is what I love, this stretch. You slide that right foot out to the side and straighten your left leg over your foot.
So your foot's under your hamstring.
Under your hamstring. Knees slightly bent. Lift up and fold through toes. Now if you can't get your toes, and maybe you get your ankle, maybe you'll get your shin, and then relax the neck and the shoulders and let yourself fold deeply over your front leg. Breathe. Yeah. And then inhale. Lift the hands, the head, the heart. 6 minutes. And release. And now let's take this, bend your left knee and cradle your foot and just twist to your right. We twisted to the left, now we're going to the right. We're going to switch sides. Look how we do that. It's a real fun way. You swing the left leg back. You're back into your pigeon. And you step your right foot back into your down dogs. And we change sides. We take the left leg up in the air. You take your left leg and bring the knee forward to the mat. Stretch back into that back leg. Into pigeon. Use the block. Fold over your front knee. Yeah. Oh, I love this stretch for your hip. This also works to release tension and tightness in the sacrum, the SI joint between the pelvis and the sacrum. That's where they come together. All right, come up. Let's swing the back leg around and over and cross it over to the outside of your thigh. See if you can do that today. Maybe you've been practicing this with us for a while and you think, I'm going to try it a little deeper. You sit up nice and straight, sit on both sit bones and turn to your right. Breathing. Whew. What was this again? Helps with digestion. Especially if you've just had lunch. Yeah. All right, so now you can keep your hand down on the floor or lift it back up. But first grab your foot and straighten your leg. Do that first so you find the balance there. And then you can see if you can slowly take the arm off. You can look back towards your hand or you can even look towards your foot. Yeah. And then here comes the forward fold. You move the knee out to the side and bring the hamstrings to that sole of your foot. Yeah. Inhale up. And we do another forward fold. Join us here. You're folding over your right leg. You can grab your toes, grab your ankle, grab your shin. Just let yourself release down over your front leg. Breathing. Nice. Got one more twist here. Inhale. Start with your hands coming up, your head, your heart. And then release your hands down and lean over to your left side. Bend your knee. And now twist with us to your left. Yeah. Vajrasana. Or the Vanity Fair pose. Yes. Okay, come back to center. Let's go back into pigeon. And we'll meet you in down dog. Okay, so take your toes of your back foot, turn them under, and let's all meet in down dog. I think from here we go into an Apanasana flow. With you leading.
All right. So bring your knees back down to the mat. We're going to come onto our backs now. You've got the blanket down. As we're winding down.
You're winding down.
So the blanket is to cushion your hips, your shoulders, and your head. Come down onto your back. Reach down.
Okay.
Draw your knees to your heart with your hands on your knees. Now, the way we're going to do this is you exhale and draw your knees in toward your chest. Then inhale, straighten your arms and push your knees away. Exhale, draw them in. That pushes the air out as pressure on the low abdomen increases. You push the knees away and draw the breath in. Again, draw the knees in as you exhale and then push them out. Now, draw your left knee in towards your heart. Hold it with both of your hands and take your right leg up. Inhale with the leg up, push through the heel. Exhale, lower it down. Good. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, lift it up. One more time, lower it down. And now bring your right knee into your heart. Remember, we're backwards from you, teaching mirror image. Take your left leg up, push to the heel. Exhale, lower it down.
Good.
Inhale, lift it up.
This always makes me feel like I'm really working my leg muscles.
You are, and your hip flexors as well. And your lower abdominal muscles too. One more time. And take it up and bring the knee into your heart. Hands on the knees, rock a little side to side. We're going to do one more thing here that's really strong for our obliques. It's a little abdominal work. So take your arms out wide. Now you may have your feet off the floor or you may bring your feet to the floor, whichever is better for you. So inhale in place, exhale, take your knees to your right. Whether your feet are on the floor or they're lifted, it's okay either way. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, your knees go over to your left.
And you can turn your head the opposite way. That'll help you keep your shoulder down. Anchor it down. We can just move right from here into Shavasana. Our students love that. So why don't we both just stay here on the floor?
Sounds good.
Sounds good. So join us. We appreciate you guys. I'm going to sit up for a second. So we're going to go back on the floor, but we want to say thank you for joining us, right?
Absolutely.
And what do we say in our classes? From
our hearts to yours, namaste.
Namaste. Join us. Just let yourself relax on the floor. We give you permission, we give ourselves permission here just to unwind and release.
Now feel the floor support you. Relax and release to it.
Let your breath slow down. Breathe deeply.
Soften the muscles of your face around your eyes and your jaw and your mouth. Relax. And let your heart smile.